Today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about warranty process, and my name is Madelyn if you guys haven't watched my previous videos. So a little bit of overview of what I'll be talking about today. I'll be talking about reasons for denial, what can void a warranty, and how to avoid warranty issues. So some reasons for denial is misdiagnosis. Sometimes you go in and they completely miss exactly what the problem is with your car, and warranty will not cover it if it is misdiagnosed. It's just how it is. OEM is like, sorry, not my problem that the dealership misdiagnosed it. Another thing is paperwork. Paperwork has to be spot on. You have to have the correct VIN, you have to have the correct customer. Everything has to be spot on. Say, one letter or one number in the VIN is wrong, everything's gonna be messed up. Paperwork is key to this whole process. Another thing is time. Now with technology, everybody clocks in on a computer and everything is documented technology-wise. It's not like the old punch, you time card it that way, and you can sort of fib, whether or not it met the requirements for the time or it didn't. Technology now is making it really hard for people to say the OEM has a certain time requirement. They have these processes, they have technicians go through and figure out the time of what it takes to do these warranty processes, whether it's changing a radiator or changing just a thermostat. They have processes and time limits, and if that technician does not meet those time limits, it's not going to work and they will get denied. Another thing is parts. You have to either send back the parts or the dealership has to keep them until the OEM tells them that it's okay to get rid of them. They're not going to be able to just resell them because, one, that's morally wrong, and two, that just causes more problems for everybody. This is huge because if you don't send back those parts, how is the OEM really going to know that you did the warranty work? They could say, oh, well, they're just holding it at the dealership, they're not going to worry about it, they're just not going to know that you actually did it, and you could be just filling everything out. So some things that could void a warranty is a salvage title, misuse of a vehicle, and some examples of misuse of a vehicle is overloading it. So say, you have your weight requirements and you completely overload it. You put way too many people in the car or way too many anything, say you're remulching your garden and you're like, oh, I don't want to make 2 trips, I just don't want to do it. So you overload your car and then something happens, warranty is not going to be covered because you are not following the rules of what the warranty covers. Environmental damage. So say there was a wildfire or a flood or something, OEMs do not cover that stuff because it's environmental and they just don't cover it. An altered odometer. I know it's super cool to have one of those cool odometers that, those aftermarket stuff that you put on your odometer, it looks super cool. But once you do that, warranty is out the door. You can put one on and it resets your odometer to 0 because it's a new one, and then say you're oh, I'm gonna go and sell it back, then you say you put 30 more thousand miles on it, the dealership is gonna catch that, and they're not gonna cover the fact that you put more miles on your car, you altered the vehicle of the ways that they don't want it. They're not gonna cover your warranty. Also, aftermarket parts or modifications. Everybody loves to have their car modified exactly how they want it. Chris, you love your truck lifted and everything. Most of the time, all the time, that is not covered by warranty. It's not what the OEM or dealers recommend. You're not going to get it covered if it is aftermarket parts or modifications. So how to avoid some of these issues? Read through the warranties. Make sure that you're following the right processes. Make sure you're reading that fine print. I know everyone is always even if it's online, you see something pop up and it's oh, I agree to the terms. No one reads it, and you can get caught doing that. So some people are probably oh no, my car flooded, blah blah blah. It should be covered by warranty. Well, obviously you didn't read through the warranty work because that is not covered. Also, keep all receipts and records of the vehicle. Say the dealership does not have a body shop with it and they have to outsource or sublet the repair work to another company, and they don't keep the paperwork, so how is the OEM going to realize what where they're sending the money to. They're not. If you don't have the receipts and stuff, they're going to be like, well, you don't have a body shop, so how do I know that you got it all done? Another thing is to go through all of the paperwork before submitting it. You know, we're all guilty of rushing to do something, rushing to submit things, and not actually reading through and making sure all the information is correct, because once one little thing's correct, you know, it's going to bounce right back and you're going to have to redo the whole process over again, and it just makes the process even longer than it already can be. So a little bit of a summary of what I talked about today. I talked about reasons for denial, what can void a warranty, don't use aftermarket parts or modifications until your car is out of warranty. Also, how to avoid any warranty issues. If you have any more questions, you can comment below or ask me personally. Thanks.